Have you ever felt guilty for wanting something sweet? Maybe you were told, again and again, that if you have diabetes, sweet fruits are dangerous. That one bite of a mango, a handful of grapes, or even a crisp apple might set you back. So, you stopped. You avoided the sweet things that once brought you joy, even if they came from nature itself. And maybe you've asked yourself, quietly, why does it have to be this way? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Every day, millions of seniors like you are trying to walk a tightrope. You want to enjoy food again. You want to feel good in your body, to eat with confidence, not fear. But it can feel like everything you love is slowly being taken off the table. But what if that's not the whole story? What if some of those fruits, the ones you've been told to avoid, could actually help your body heal? Today, we're going to talk about 4 surprisingly sweet, everyday fruits that aren't just safe, they may actually support your blood sugar balance. Fruits that feel like treats, yet work with your body, not against it. You don't have to starve joy to stay healthy. There's another path, and it's more delicious than you might think. This is Senior Healing, and you're not here by accident. Our channel is dedicated to you, the older adult who still wants strength, clarity, and joy, or the caregiver who wants the very best for someone they love. In this video, you'll learn which fruits contain natural compounds that help fight insulin resistance, how fiber and antioxidants in these fruits protect you from sudden sugar spikes, real-world tips on how to enjoy them safely, without worry, and how small, sweet changes can help you feel better, not deprived. Doctors are now confirming what many of you have long suspected, that not all sweet things are harmful, and that food can be both healing and enjoyable. So let me ask you, do you, or someone you care about, struggle with keeping blood sugar in check, while still craving the simple comfort of sweet food? If so, you're in the right place. And this could be the beginning of a whole new way to think about health and food. If you're looking for gentle, science-backed ways to feel better without giving up everything you love, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. We're here every week, walking beside you, with insights and care that help seniors heal and stay independent. Let's begin. Let's begin with something simple. Something bright, red, and familiar, the strawberry. Now, if you're someone who's been living with type 2 diabetes or prediabetes, chances are you've second-guessed even the fruits you used to love. You might have heard phrases like, natural sugar is still sugar, or just stick to vegetables. And so, you slowly pulled back. Not just from desserts, but from joy. It's understandable. You've worked hard to manage your blood sugar, your medications, your meals. And it can feel like one small misstep, one sweet bite, might undo all that effort. That fear. It's real. And you're not making it up. But here's the part many people don't hear enough. Not all sweet fruits are harmful. In fact, some can actually support your health, even your blood sugar. Let's talk about strawberries. Margaret, one of our viewers, she's 67, told us something we hear often. She used to skip dessert altogether. She missed the taste of strawberries, especially in the summertime. But she stayed away, thinking they were too sweet to be safe. Until her doctor told her something that surprised her. Berries, especially strawberries, can actually help manage blood sugar. You see, strawberries are more than just sweet. They're incredibly rich in fiber, which slows the absorption of sugars in your gut. That means when you eat them, they don't flood your bloodstream with glucose the way processed sweets do. They also contain something called polyphenol, powerful little plant compounds that reduce inflammation and help your body respond better to insulin. And that's a big deal, especially if you're trying to avoid the ups and downs of sugar spikes and crashes. Think of it this way. Fiber is like a traffic light in your digestive system. It slows things down, keeps everything moving steadily. And polyphenol, they're like tiny bodyguards for your cells, calming inflammation, easing pressure on your pancreas, and protecting the delicate lining of your blood vessels. It's not magic, it's science. But it feels like a little magic, doesn't it? Now, here's something you can try at home. Simple, safe, and sweet. Take about 1 cup of fresh strawberries. Pair them with a small handful of almonds, walnuts, or even a spoonful of plain Greek yogurt.
Why?
Because when you combine natural sugars with a healthy fat or protein, you slow the absorption even further, giving your body time to process everything calmly and gently. And the best part? It tastes good. Like real food. Not like a compromise. Imagine this. You've just finished lunch. The table is cleared, the dishes are done. You sit down with a small bowl of strawberries, chilled and juicy, and enjoy them without fear. No guilt. No guessing. Just something that feels good, and is good. According to the American Diabetes Association, berries, particularly strawberries and blueberries, are among the safest fruits for people managing blood sugar. That's not just a rumor. That's based on years of study and real-world results. So if you've been missing strawberries, let this be your gentle green light. And now that we've uncovered how a sweet little berry can work in your favor, let's take a closer look at another fruit you may have been warned about. But this one comes from the tropics, and its story might just surprise you even more. Now, let's talk about something a little more exotic, a fruit that's often misunderstood. The mango. Now I know, just hearing that word might make you feel a little nervous. Mangoes are rich, golden, and yes, they're sweet. Maybe too sweet, right? You've probably heard, "Oh, that's not for diabetics," or "Stay away from tropical fruits, too much sugar." But here's the thing. Not everything sweet is harmful. And not everything labeled off-limits truly is. See, the problem isn't usually the fruit itself, it's how much and what it's paired with. Let's start with what makes mangoes special. Mangoes contain something called mangiferin. It's a natural compound found in the flesh and especially in the peel of the fruit. And in recent years, studies have shown that mangiferin can help reduce blood sugar levels, lower inflammation, and even support how your cells respond to insulin. That's right, this tropical fruit, when eaten in moderation, may support your blood sugar, not spike it. Imagine your body like a symphony. Everything needs to be in tune. Insulin is like the conductor, helping sugar move from your bloodstream into your cells, where it can be used as energy. But in type 2 diabetes, that communication gets fuzzy. Mangiferin has been shown to sharpen that connection, making your body more responsive again, helping to restore harmony. Now, that doesn't mean mangoes are a free-for-all. You don't need to eat a whole mango the size of your hand. Here's a simple, safe way to enjoy it. Slice about half a cup of ripe mango, just a few pieces. Pair it with a healthy fat or protein. Think, a few slices of avocado, a boiled egg, or a spoonful of unsweetened nut butter. That pairing slows the digestion of natural sugars and keeps your blood sugar steady. And yes, it tastes wonderful. Picture this, it's a warm afternoon. You're sitting on the porch or by a window with a small bowl of mango slices. They're juicy, refreshing, and just the right amount of sweet. You take a bite and, for the first time in a long time, you feel like you're treating yourself, without harming your health. You're not breaking the rules. You're just learning the real ones, the ones based in science, not fear. One study published in the journal Nutrition and Metabolic Insights found that adults with prediabetes who ate a small amount of mango daily saw improvements in their fasting blood sugar over 12 weeks. That's not from avoiding the fruit. It's from including it wisely. So if you've been craving that bright, tropical sweetness, maybe it's time to stop punishing yourself. Maybe it's time to start healing with joy, not restriction. Of course, balance is everything. One slice won't fix everything. But it's a start. And sometimes, one small change is all it takes to feel just a little bit better. A little more like you again. Now, let's move from the tropics to something a bit more familiar. You might even have one sitting in your fruit bowl right now. Because next, we're talking about a humble fruit that's been part of your life for decades. And yet, you might not know how powerful it really is. Let's talk about apples. Now let's bring it back home, to something familiar, simple, and maybe sitting right there in your kitchen. The apple. It's easy to overlook, isn't it? Apples have been around your whole life. They're in lunchboxes, on countertops, at the doctor's office. And yet, if you're managing diabetes, you may have been told to be cautious, that apples are too sugary, especially the red ones. But here's something you might not know: it's not just what you eat, it's how you eat it. And with apples, that little difference can mean a lot. See, apples are naturally sweet, yes, but they also contain something incredibly powerful for your blood sugar. Soluble fiber, particularly a type called pectin. This fiber acts like a sponge in your digestive system. It slows things down, giving your body time to process the natural sugars gradually, without the sharp spike that can leave you feeling sluggish or anxious. Think of it like this: instead of a floodgate swinging open and releasing sugar all at once, fiber keeps things flowing slowly, evenly, like a steady stream your body can manage. And here's the important part: that sponge-like fiber? It's mostly in the skin. So when you peel an apple or drink it as juice, you're missing out on the part that helps the most. So here's a simple tip you can try today. Eat the apple whole, skin and all. Choose a small to medium apple, ideally organic if it's available, and eat it slowly, maybe as a mid-morning or afternoon snack. Pair it with a small slice of cheese, a few nuts, or a boiled egg. That gentle combination of fiber, healthy fat, and protein can help keep your energy steady and your cravings calm. And you know what? That one apple, that small, simple snack, might make you feel more connected to the way food used to feel. Not a burden. Not a number. Just good. There's something comforting about that crunch. About holding an apple in your hand and knowing it's not off-limits. It's actually helping your body. In fact, research shows apples have a low glycemic index, especially when eaten whole. That means they release sugar slowly, which helps prevent those blood sugar roller coasters that leave you drained and foggy. So the next time you're reaching for something sweet, don't overlook the classics. A crisp apple might be just what your body and your spirit needs. And if this video has been helpful so far, consider tapping that subscribe button. Here at Senior Healing, we're here every week with gentle, science-backed ways to help you or someone you love feel stronger, safer, and more in control. One small step at a time. Now, we've covered berries, tropical mangoes, and the humble apple. But there's one more fruit you might not expect, one that's often dismissed because of how sweet and small it is. But as you'll see next, this little fruit packs a big punch when it comes to healing from the inside out. Let's talk about grapes. And now, let's turn our attention to a fruit that's often overlooked, or even avoided, simply because it seems too sweet to be safe. Grapes. Tiny, juicy, delicious. But if you've been managing your blood sugar for any length of time, you've probably heard that grapes are off the table. Too sugary. Too small to be satisfying. Too risky. And so, many seniors avoid them altogether, even if they miss the taste, the texture, the comfort of popping a few into their mouth on a warm afternoon. But here's where things get interesting. Grapes, especially red and purple ones, are far more powerful than they appear. These little fruits are rich in a plant compound called resveratrol, and this is where the real magic happens. Resveratrol helps your body in two important ways. First, it improves how your cells respond to insulin, which means your body can move sugar from your blood into your cells more efficiently. Second, it supports heart health, and as you know, heart health and diabetes are deeply connected. Think of resveratrol like a tune-up for your engine. It doesn't just help your blood sugar today, it supports the entire system that keeps your heart strong, your blood vessels flexible, and your body energized. Now, does that mean you can sit down and eat an entire bunch of grapes in one sitting? Not quite. Here's a simple way to enjoy grapes safely and with confidence. Choose a small handful, about 10 to 12 red or purple grapes. Pair them with something rich in protein or healthy fat. For example, a few spoonfuls of plain Greek yogurt, or a small serving of cottage cheese. This slows the release of sugar into your bloodstream and helps you stay full longer. And here's something lovely to picture. Imagine this. It's mid-afternoon. You're feeling a bit tired, maybe a little snackish. You sit down with a small bowl, half filled with cool, sweet grapes, and half with creamy Greek yogurt. It feels like a treat. Like something you might have enjoyed years ago, but with the knowledge that now, it's helping you. Helping you stay steady. Helping you support your heart. Helping you feel just a little more like yourself. And the science backs this up. A study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry found that resveratrol significantly lowered blood sugar levels in adults with type 2 diabetes. And it didn't take a huge amount, just a consistent, balanced intake. So maybe grapes aren't too risky after all. Maybe they're a reminder that food can still bring pleasure and healing. Now that we've uncovered these 4 sweet and surprising allies, strawberries, mangoes, apples, and grapes, you might be wondering, how do I actually make this work in my daily life, without second-guessing every bite? Let's walk through a few gentle practical ways to bring these fruits into your routine, in a way that feels easy, safe, and maybe even a little joyful. So now you know, strawberries, mangoes, apples, and grapes can all be part of a blood sugar-friendly life. But here's the thing. Even good foods can cause problems if we eat them the wrong way or at the wrong time. And that's where so many people get frustrated. You try to eat healthy, you follow what you've heard, but somehow you still feel tired, foggy, or like your numbers just aren't improving. If that sounds like you, please don't blame yourself. You're doing your best. The missing piece isn't discipline, it's strategy. And that's something we can walk through together. Let's start with a few simple habits that can make these fruits work for you, instead of leaving you guessing. First, always pair your fruit with a protein or healthy fat. That could mean apple slices with peanut butter, strawberries with a handful of almonds, a few grapes stirred into unsweetened Greek yogurt. Why does this help? Because protein and fat slow down digestion. They act like buffers, preventing the natural sugars in fruit from hitting your bloodstream all at once. It's like adding a soft landing cushion, and your body appreciates that more than you know. Second, avoid fruit juices and dried fruits. Juices, even the natural ones, are stripped of the fiber your body needs to slow sugar absorption. And dried fruits? They're tiny but dense. A handful of raisins can spike your blood sugar faster than you think. Stick to fresh, whole fruits where you can see and chew every bite. Third, use fruit as part of a balanced meal, not on its own as a standalone snack. For example, a breakfast of plain oats, cinnamon, chopped apple, and a spoonful of chia seeds, that's gentle on your blood sugar and still gives you natural sweetness. Or a lunch with chicken salad and a few fresh strawberries on the side, satisfying, light, and steadying. Fourth, be cautious with smoothies. Even homemade ones. Blending fruits breaks down the fiber, which makes the sugars absorb faster. If you do make a smoothie, add something to balance it out, a scoop of protein powder, a tablespoon of flax seeds, or a chunk of avocado to bring in that healthy fat. Now, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture this. It's breakfast time. You're sitting at the table with a bowl of steel-cut oats, warm and filling. You sprinkle cinnamon on top, add a few slices of apple with the skin, and stir in some walnuts. It tastes good. It feels comforting. And best of all, you know you're supporting your blood sugar, your energy, your day. No guilt. No fear. Just nourishment, and a little joy. That's what this is all about. You're not restricted. You're not missing out. You're gaining new tools. Tools that can help you feel more stable, more energized, and more yourself. And the best part? These are habits you can start today. Not next month. Not when the perfect moment comes. Just now. That small choice, reaching for a fruit you once avoided, pairing it wisely, enjoying it without shame, That's how healing begins. Let's wrap this up together, because I want to leave you with something more than information. I want to leave you with hope. You may have spent years fearing sugar, turning down fruit salad at family gatherings, avoiding that slice of apple even when it called to you, or looking at strawberries in the market and thinking, not for me anymore. It's okay. You did what you thought was right. You listened to advice. You made sacrifices. But now, maybe you can breathe a little easier. Because here's what you now know. Some of the sweetest, most common fruits, the ones you may have missed the most, can actually help your body heal. Let's quickly recap what you've learned today. Strawberries, not just safe, but powerful. They help reduce sugar spikes and bring antioxidants your body loves. Mangoes, tropical and bold, but with mangiferin that helps ease inflammation and support better blood sugar control. Apples, simple, familiar, and filled with pectin that slows digestion and helps regulate glucose. Grapes, tiny and mighty, delivering resveratrol that supports your heart and improves insulin sensitivity. And the secret that ties it all together? It's not just what you eat. It's how. Those small, daily habits, pairing fruits with protein, sticking to whole forms, eating mindfully, those are the choices that move you toward healing. Now, I want to say something that's easy to forget in a world full of health fears and food rules. No matter your age, your body still wants to heal. These fruits aren't just nutrition. They're acts of self-kindness. Tiny gifts. And you deserve that care. You've come this far. You're learning. You're trying. And that's worth celebrating. So if this video helped you, even just a little, I'd love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And consider subscribing here to Senior Healing. We're here every week with gentle, trusted ways to help you, or someone you love, feel stronger, steadier, and more in control of your health. And if someone in your life, a parent, a spouse, a friend, is struggling with blood sugar or just missing that joyful connection to food, please share this video with them. Let them know they're not alone either. Now, before we go, I want to leave you with a little something to look forward to. In our next episode, we're exploring one small daily habit that can protect your brain and memory as you age. It's simple, science-backed, and easier than you think. So stay with us. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're becoming stronger, wiser, and more at peace with your body. Your healing matters. You are not alone. And we're with you, one small step at a time.